Well, for more on how environmental concerns are having an impact on technology, let's bring in Elliot Grimm, who's at CES. He's a specialist in policy communications at the Consumer Technology Association. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So just how big is environmental technology at CES this year?
So we're getting greener every year. We're seeing as the show gets bigger, more materials are being recycled. There's also a much wider embrace of smart home technology, which is connecting us and helping us reduce household energy consumption. Television energy consumption is down. There's a wider focus from the companies that we're seeing on the actual use of our electronics.
So then tell us about some of the more exciting products or ideas that are really standing out this year.
So the one that I think I heard on the clip, there is a car here, the Wavelight 1, that is it's an electric car and it's charged completely by sunlight. So this has the possibility to completely revolutionize how our resources are being consumed, as a possibility to change our overall humans' impact on the environment.
And which countries would you say tend to have the strongest representation when it comes to environment tech at CES?
You know, we have over 150 countries. We see a lot of different hometowns from the companies. I think China certainly has a very large presence here, especially down Eureka Park. We're seeing a lot of the Asian companies. We're also seeing a lot of companies from the UK here. There's a lot of smart home companies I was talking to as I walked through today that have a lot of new ideas on how to kind of change how consumers work with their energy.
Now, is environmental tech seen as its own separate entity, or is it something that we can expect to see more so integrated into other devices?
It's becoming much more integrated as we're expanding. Innovation is becoming a lot greener. It's helping, just reduce our overall use and our impact. It's being integrated as innovation grows, so does our sustainability.
And speaking of that, just how much has sustainability been a focus in 2018 at CES?
It's been huge. We have a new contest this year that we did. It's called the CES Eureka Park Innovators, and it looks at startups in our Eureka Park marketplace that have new ideas on how we can reduce our impact on the climate, as it's a commitment that the industry is very much committed to.
Now, we know that CES obviously has a dazzling array of all sorts of gadgets and software and hardware there. So how does that compare in terms of the interest you see in environmental tech versus, say, gaming and augmented reality and other things that tend to feature prominently?
So there's a lot of different aspects beyond just home technology. Well, I mean, gaming, you're looking at, TVs, you're using that. The televisions, there's been a 76% decrease in how much energy televisions are using since 2010. So there's just every year that we're going on, we're seeing just a monumental change in the amount of our energy and just resource use.
And what would you say have been the biggest differences between last year's CES showings and this year?
I would say that I definitely have seen a much wider presence of people using environmental benefits of their products to attract customers, to attract media, to attract a lot more people to stop by their booths. It's definitely one of the talking points here among the show floor.
Now, CES, as we know, is a huge platform. So how would you say CES helps startups there as opposed to them trying to go it alone?
So there's a great presence down in Eureka Park, as I mentioned. The foot traffic there is nonstop all day. It's essentially a jungle. And you're having all these companies next to each other that have these great ideas that no one else is using. And we're just seeing so much money being poured into Eureka Park from people who are giving these companies with a great idea a chance to really thrive. And I think the future of our environmental stability is going to be these new ideas we're seeing down there.
All right, thank you so much. Elliot Grimm there from the Consumer Technology Association.